Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and this weekend is different. So traditionally, I love showing you all the ships that I'm on. I'm on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas right now for the New Year's Eve sailing. Was super excited about it. I was hopeful to do a balcony tour for you to show you what that looks like, but instead I am here in a quarantine floor. So unfortunately, I did come down with COVID this morning on the ship. Totally my fault. I brought it on the ship because I'd only been here probably about 11 or 12 hours before my symptoms started kicking in. So you may hear me cough a little bit through this, but thought it'd be a neat way to show you what a quarantine room looks like. Now it is on deck 2. I am in Oceanview cabin 2598. If you are trying to book that right now, you're not going to be able to because this entire floor is what they call the red zone. It's where people who are COVID positive come to quarantine and to hang out for a little while. So wanted to show you some of what this room has to offer, how it's different than your traditional setup, but thought you might find it interesting. Here we go. All right, so when you walk in, again, this is a traditional ocean view balcony, or excuse me, it is not a balcony. This is gonna be my COVID brain talking a little bit. It is just an ocean view room. So it has the beautiful porthole over there, and it is cabin 2598. So when you walk in, you go straight to the porthole. You've got your desk over here on the left. You've got a bed, and you've got a nice little 2-seater couch over on the right. Honestly, this room doesn't feel that much smaller than the balcony room that I was staying in prior to coming down here to the quarantine floor. It feels about the same. The bed setup is a little bit different, so I don't feel horrible about that. I do wish I had a balcony, but I understand, why we do not. So if we then switch over to our desk, you see that they've provided us some amenities that you don't get in most of the staterooms. So it does come with some gloves. It's going to come with, these are cleaning rags. I've got some waste over there, trash bags. Nobody's told me this, but I see in the hallway there are other trash bags sitting out there. So I imagine once I get plenty of trash in here, I'll just put it out in the hallway and they can take that away. There is a laundry coupon here. So if I need to do laundry, they would do that for me. And there's also a Sharps object container up above as well. So if I had some sharp objects, if I had, an underlying illness such as diabetes and I needed to use needles or something, that would come in handy. I'm going to show you, it still has the storage behind the mirror, though this is even smaller than the rooms that I traditionally stay in, but it is nice to know that it is there. The door feels a little bit more solid though, which is pretty neat. And that's going to repeat itself over here on the other side too. If I pan down, you'll see that they've given me some cleaning products. I don't necessarily know what the difference in these two cleaning products are. I haven't looked at them. 5 concentrate, 1-step disinfectant, and this one is going to be Firex multi-purpose cleaner. So I do not get my twice a day housekeeping or house cleaning visit here. It is going to be up to me to keep this room nice and clean. Luckily, it is only a 3-night sailing, so I'm not going to be in quarantine too terribly long. But I will need to be doing my own cleaning, as of course no one is permitted into my room whatsoever. The drawers you see are the exact same. There is some reading material in here, which I was kind of surprised to see this, but it is here. Room service, I will say, is included with quarantine. So traditionally there is, I believe it's a $7.99 fee. You can order anything you want from room service and they will bring that to you free of charge. One of the things that I have ordered is this great assortment of, I call it get well drinks. So I called them and said, hey, let's get some electrolytes, some water, things of that nature. And so that's a really good thing that they were able to bring up at no charge. You'll also see that I have Purell hand sanitizing wipes. And one interesting addition, something that they thought of, was they have daily crossword puzzles that they have brought up or that they had already in the room for me to come into. Just a neat little touch that they know that we're going to have some time to kill in here. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. You'll see that they did provide medicine in medical. I've got some Dayquil there and some acetaminophen tablets. As you all know, for COVID, there's not, for mild symptoms, excuse me, a lot of amazing treatments just yet, but I'll take that to just make sure everything is going well. Cabinets on this side. There are 2 plugs You see that I have those running as well. I've changed my phone, so you may notice that there is a new charger. I somehow or another managed to go from an iPhone over to an Android device. I have the new Google Pixel 6 Pro and trying out Google Fi, something that's totally different for me. I'll have some reviews on Google Fi because I know I've gotten a lot of questions from people who are thinking about trying that out. Same setup over here with the knob and announcements. You do still hear the captain announcements. You hear the art auctioneer announcements. I still hear all of those outside in the hallway, which is interesting. But here we are. You've got the TV, and one thing that I will be taking part in is when you're in quarantine, you can watch all the movies you want complimentary. So there is no additional charge for those movies. They're going to let me watch those for no price. One thing that I do notice about the room is it is a little stripped down, meaning they didn't put a lot of stuff in here they're probably going to need to clean. The bed was perfectly made when I came in. Sorry, I've kind of been napping on and off today, so I messed it up a little bit. But there's no skirt down below that they may have to wash. They've taken that out. You've got the one nightstand over here on the left with the phone. That does have the USB-A charger on the side of it, which is great. The curtains were fully pulled. We were in Nassau today, and so I did pull those down a little bit because the sun was beaming in here today, and it actually got kind of warm with me not feeling well. I did not want a warm room whatsoever, so I did have it a little bit darker earlier today. And you see that I am missing one nightstand over here on the right. I'll show you that in just a second where it's hiding at. The couch here, I'm sure that at some point I will wind up sitting there tomorrow to watch TV. I don't know if I'll stay in bed the entire time. The bed has been actually extremely comfortable in this room. So I've really enjoyed staying in the bed. Oh, and it does have a refrigerator too. I'm not going to be drinking cold liquids on here. Granted, you all know that I don't think that this little cooler keeps things cold anyway. But that is just my personal take. Full length mirror here. Hi everybody. This is what I look like when I'm sick. You've got the bathroom that you can walk on into. This is a traditional bathroom, so you'll find this in balcony and below. I have not really unpacked in this room because, quite frankly, I'm not going anywhere. You'll see the change in the trash bins. They all have that red bag there letting them know that I am contaminated, that those are biohazard, and they're going to need to take special care of those bags. The mirrors do come out on the right hand side, so if I wanted to store items I could there. I'm probably just going to leave it in my bag for this sailing. I was bright enough to pick up some of the Gilchrist and Soames from my old room before I came down because I didn't think that they would have that, and I did want my upgraded amenities. I can be a little bougie sometimes, I guess. And here is the shower. So it is one that you have to step into and then close the doors around you. I don't mind these. Some people do feel a little claustrophobic inside of those, but it is not the worst. If you want to leave it open, honestly, all the water will go to the same spot. There's still drains all around that you can use. All right, and then on the other side, we're gonna have the closet. So this is a traditional closet. I have just the one shirt. I did put on a fancier shirt to show you guys the room. And it has the life jackets are kind of in the wrong spot. There's one sticking out, so I don't have as much storage down below, but there still is good storage in here. Again, I'm not unpacking. Everything is still in the suitcase. I plan on wearing the exact same outfit, probably this orange tank top for the next 2 days. You've got your safe as always that you can store stuff. Oh, I actually do have stuff in my safe. They probably do that because they do come in and fully clean the room and fog it, and I don't know if that stuff will mess it up, but it's good to know that it is there. So this room was fully cleaned before I came into it. You can see on the chart here where my muster station and all that is, I'm in 2598, so I've moved down, but I'm in the very middle of the ship. Now my tray or my nightstand has been moved to the outside, so I'm quickly going to show this to you. You can probably hear the Fogmaster 1000 going as well. So that is the outside hallway of quarantine, where I'm not permitted to go at this point, though I always, like to stick my head out a little bit every now and again. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to, just to see if anything's going on. You put somebody in a room and all of a sudden you want to look around. But that's where they deliver my food to. So they're going to leave it on that nightstand. They knock. I go out there and pick it up. And I see the little, individual running away in PPE gear. All right. So if you've ever wondered what a quarantine cabin on Royal Caribbean looks like, especially here on Royal's Freedom of the Seas. So thanks for tuning in. And this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise again after I can quarantine and get a negative COVID result once again. Thanks all.